What's up, haters? It's your boy, Kneeler. Video Journal #1. What? Got a lot to cover. We got hurricanes. We got fucking dolls. We got dogs. Say what up, Kabuki Joe. Kabuki Joe, my man. It's hot and humid. The dog is not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Anyways, so yeah, this hurricane, we actually had 2 coming through this past weekend. Shit was garbage. Like Friday night, we got some rain. That was about it from the first hurricane. Shit like missed totally. Second one was supposed to hit like yesterday or today. It's like 500 miles north. Didn't do shit. Whatever. I got Friday off, so thank you, hurricanes. Thank you. So that's all there is to say about the hurricanes. Let's move on to the dolls. So I've been starting to finally paint my Tyrannid armies, and I'm going to show them to you. I put some pictures of this guy up on Facebook and got a lot of likes. That's Charlie. Say hi, Charlie. Bye, Charlie. Anyways, so this is the Tyrannid Tyrannoids, the first completed under the Tyranid. It's pretty baller. Took me a long time to do, but I'm very pleased with it. It's gotten a lot of positive feedback. Underneath, you will see this book I've been reading recently, Beginner's Guide to Meditation. It's pretty badass. I haven't actually started meditating yet. I've been really busy, but it's a good book. I've been reading a lot. I'm also reading this book called How to Not Fall in Love with a Jerk. It's a funny title, but it's actually got like a lot of good information in it. I got it from the chaplain here at my unit, and you know, it's been a good tool in my quest for personal development. Definitely seen a lot of shitty traits in myself, help me recognize those, work on those, and in other people. So as soon as I meet them, it helps me be like, huh, probably should not have anything to do with you because you're an asshole, or in other words, you're just not a female that I think I would like to, you know, care about, I guess, for lack of better terms. Anyways, been doing a lot of reading. Got some new books. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He's like Brazilian or some shit. It was published in '88, the year I was born, so it's old, but it's like a classic. It's like the Guinness Book of World Records holder for a novel published in the most languages because it's just so good. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to. Anyways, moving on to another model that's been completed. This is my Tyrannid Swarm Lord. This was actually the first Tyrannid that I completed painting, but I don't think it's as good as the Tyrannoids because it was my first try, you know. Didn't have the idea down as well, but I still think he came out pretty good. I left his shell black on purpose because according to the lore, the Swarm Lord is like a super evil incarnation of, you know, the hive mind of the Tyrannids, and so I was like, yeah, he's gonna have a black shell because he's evil as fuck. And it really helps his vents there with the green and yellow, you know, kind of pop out and look really cool. So there's those two. And now you're actually going to get a sneak peek at something only my fellow Warhammer players in this area of Hawaii have seen, which is my current work in progress. Actually, I have 2 works in progress, technically, because I started painting some other models last night. But my current work in progress is this, which is the Tyrannoid Moloch. And that's this big fucker right here. As you can see, he's based in a different color gravel. He's got a shit ton of plants going on. The reason why is because this creature, it's, you know, a burrowing type snake creature. And so I figured it'd be cool to make it look like it was popping out of, you know, camouflage and coming up out of the ground. So as you can see, his tail is pretty buried in that that gravel. We got a ton of plants here. I'm thinking I'm gonna make these black claws and stuff all yellow and orange and red to kind of go along with the yellow plants in the back that, as you can see, are kind of like split in half. Looks like he's like splitting the shit up as he comes up. I think it's coming along pretty good. Again, work in progress, not done, but pretty happy with it so far. And I really like how, I don't know if you can tell through the camera, but with all those plants down there, it almost like gives him a little bit of a glow down on the bottom of the base down in here and shit, because all the light is hitting these plants and kind of like colors the light, so it makes it look a little bit glowy. So, first look, Tyrannoid Moloch, work in progress. I also started working on these guys, which are called Gene Stealers. This one is done. I don't know if I'm going to keep that pink on his base, because as you can see, the rocks, the gravel is pretty big, so it doesn't really give a lot of good coverage on these bases. But I think it might just look better if the base is just black rather than having that pink on there. But definitely not as much work went into these guys. You know, the back shell, I did some fading. So again, it has that pink and purple look, which I really like. It's got the orange, which I really like. But I have 24 of these dudes, so probably not going to be as in-depth as like the Tyrannoids and the Moloch when he's done. This is another one. This is a Tyrannoid Gene Stealer Brood Lord. He is not nearly complete, as you can see, but you can get an idea of what they're going to look like on the table, because I'm going to try and start using Gene Stealers on a regular basis, although they're technically not very good. But anyone who knows me and the way I play Warhammer knows that I don't give a fuck. I use cool shit, shit that I like, and so that is what I'm going to be doing, because I don't give a fuck. So, anyways, we've got the Hurricanes, we've got the dolls, we've got the books, my tattoos. Haven't gotten any work done on my tattoos recently, which is fine. Although I did go to the Tattoo Expo in Honolulu not this past weekend, because technically it's Sunday, but the weekend before I went, and it was cool. Lots of booths from all over the country, you know, it's a good time. Want to get more tattoos done, of course, but just don't have the money for it right now. I'm gonna put the camera down for a minute while I light my cigarette, so hold on and take in the majesty of these models. So, last but not least, you may have caught a glimpse, a little hint, a little bit of foreshadowing. Earlier, while I was showing you things, I accidentally left something sitting on the table. That might have given it away, but I don't know. Maybe you're not that perceptive. But anyways, I recently made a significant life decision, and that was to change my method of transportation. For those of you who know me, you know that I've had a ruby red Ford Fiesta for about a year now. and I decided I didn't want it anymore, you know, due to recent circumstances. I don't really want to have that Fiesta. There's a lot of bad memories and shit attached to the Fiesta. And, you know, cars are really expensive in Hawaii. If I took it back to the mainland, I would not be able to make back what I paid for it. So I'm like, you know, if I'm going to be stuck with a vehicle for that long, I want something that's fun to drive. I want something that I'm happy just sitting in. I want something that's a bit more practical for my profession, for my interests, camping, sleeping out under the stars, going hiking, things of that nature. And so, my friends, I went to the dealership not too long ago, and I'm like, I want you to take this Fiesta, and I want this. And this is my new car, if you can call it a car, because it's not a car. It's a motherfucking 2013 Jeep Wrangler. It is black, with a black soft top, as you can see. It's very nice. It's got about 4,000 miles on it. It's got a little bird poop on it now, which sucks. I'll have to get that washed immediately. It's got running boards, full steel doors, and it's pretty fucking badass. It is pretty badass. I love it. I've been driving it as much as I can. The gas mileage is not nearly as good as my Fiesta, but that's okay, because I don't give a fuck. That's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make, just like not having money for my tattoos. So let's pop this fucker open. I'm not gonna really get inside because I'm not gonna smoke inside my Jeep. I'm actually working on putting these down for good again, like the third fucking time, you know. Smoking is a good stress reliever for me. Maybe once I start meditating on a regular basis, I'll, you know, be able to develop a new stress relieving habit. But for now, it's just smoking. That's what does it for me. So, here's a look inside. As you can see, it's very nice. It's got speakers up here and this little sound bar across the back. It actually has a back seat. For those of you who know me, you know I had a 91 Jeep Wrangler when I first moved to Hawaii. That broke down in September of 2013, which is why I ended up buying the Fiesta. This one is a lot nicer, obviously, since it's like 20 years newer. It's got a CD player, which my old Jeep did not have. Auxiliary port, you know. It is a automatic, which is unfortunate, but I'm not one of those dudes who like totally gets off on having a standard. I prefer driving standard just because it is more fun. But with the traffic and stuff here in Hawaii and just the fact that I don't care that much, I just don't care that much. So let's lock that back up. Take a look at the back. There's not a bunch of room back here because the back seat, you know, but that will eventually be taken out because I don't really drive people around that much. The Jeep is for me, not for other people to ride in. And the soft top will probably come off. I'll probably put a bikini top on it, although these newer soft tops you can actually just kind of like scrunch it back. So I might leave the soft top on and just do that, scrunch it back, so that I still have the open top, because I do prefer that. And I will most likely take the doors off soon too, because I prefer that. But, you know, with the weather, it didn't make sense when we were supposed to be getting hit by a couple of hurricanes. So I've left it like that. So beyond that, that's about all that's been going on. Work hasn't really picked up yet since we've gotten back from NTC. I've got a new boss. He's got a lot of plans. We've been moving around our shop, all our equipment, reorganizing. It's been fine, you know. Coming up, I'm actually going to be getting a couple surgeries. I'm going to be getting my tonsils taken out. I'm going to be getting some sort of lump on my left wrist. You can probably see it, actually. Yeah, you can definitely see it. That right there. Don't really know what it is. The doctor I went and saw believes it's a ganglion cyst, which is basically just a fluid-filled cyst on my wrist, but I don't know if that's what it is or not. I need to meet with the orthopedic surgeon first before we get a clear diagnosis. But so, gonna be having a couple of surgeries. Gonna be doing a Spartan race on the 16th, which is this upcoming Saturday. It's 8 miles. There's like 30 some obstacles. It's out at some ranch in Kailua, which is on the east side. I did a Spartan race last year with my friend Sanchez. That was only like 4 miles though. Same place. It's very pretty. You run through the mountains of the east side of Hawaii, basically. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I got a medal. It was red. The 8-mile medal is blue. So hopefully next weekend I will have my red and blue medals. Get another Spartan race shirt. Get another free beer. Free beer, who can argue with that? And, you know, it's a good way to challenge myself. I've been a lot more active this year, you know. I've started running for recreation again. I run very often, working on my fitness, my physique, and it's been going really well. And I figured it'd be a good way to challenge myself. I certainly don't plan on taking first place, but I plan on having a lot of fun, and that's what matters. So yeah, that's about it. It's Sunday. I don't know what day of the month it is. Probably the 8th, I think. No, not the 8th. I think it's the 10th. August 10th, 2014. Neil Newman, Eva Beach, Hawaii. Life is what you make it, haters. Life is what you make it. Be present in the moment. Don't allow outside vibrations from the universe to impact your vibrations. Because that's all it is. We're matter vibrating at a particular frequency. That is what existence is. And you have control over your frequencies. And you can make excuses about chemical imbalances and things that are unfair in the world. I used to do those things. Absolutely. You can be worried about tomorrow. You can be worried about 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 1 year from now. A lot can change in a year. Let me tell you, a lot can change in a year. My life has changed dramatically in a year. Some for better, quote unquote, some for worse. I like to think of it as different, because that's what it is. It's different than what I had planned, but I can't control that. All I can control is me. And recent scientific studies have shown that positive affirmations, positive thought processes, neuroplasticity, Google that shit. It's basically saying that you are in control of you. You have total control over you. You can make yourself into whatever you want to be through the power of your mind. You just have to accept it. Because as we know from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. I find that's one of the main issues in our society, is people not accepting responsibility for their actions, for the consequences of their actions. It's sad. More than anything, it's just sad. But you can't control anybody else. All you can do is control yourself. So, go soul searching. Look inside yourself. Figure out who you are. find happiness within yourself, and then everything else that happens around you, all the other vibrations that you take in, it's just a gift from the universe. It's an experience that develops you, helps you grow. It's different. Yeah, it's different. So, you're sitting on the couch, you're broke, blowing your fucking money on drugs, you're not going anywhere in life, if you're not where you want to be, you can get there. It's just your decision. Give up, give in, no matter what. It's your decision. So, find the courage to make the choices that you need to make to get to be where you want to be. Wherever that is. You can go wherever you want to go. You have every right to be who you want and to do what you want. But you have to accept that wherever you end up is a consequence of those decisions. Whether it's what you want or it's not what you want. You put yourself there. So, think on that. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll make more if more interesting things happen in my life, or if things I don't consider interesting happen in my life just because I like doing this shit. And that's all there is to it. So anyways, I don't have any other wise or catchy things to say. So have a nice day, and you know, if you have something interesting to say, feel free to say it and talk to me, and you know, let's be friends or something, because that's, you know, cool. Alright, deuces.